Hey guys, this is Eric Conover from Nerdy Geek Talk, source for all your nerdy geeky needs. Here with episode 14 of Awesome Asylum. That's right, it's back. Look at us go. Yeah, so it's me and Aaron. How you doing today?
Hey, we're responsible adults.
Yes, we are.
We can set a schedule that we'll never stick to, but here we are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a while, so we decided to finally do another one of these. It's very exciting. So you know what? Let's just jump right into it. Uh,
Sounds good to me.
We have a bunch of Marvel stuff to talk about, but first we'll do the little bit of DC news we have. Uh, and no, I'm not talking about the Batwang. I think we'll
No,
we'll just
no,
ignore
it's
that for
not the
now.
Batwang. People are calling it, and I quote, the Batawang.
Oh
That is
God,
every listing I saw on eBay. My friend showed me the listing on eBay. They all said first appearance of the Batawang. That
gosh.
is a thing.
All right, but we're not gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk something that's actually like cool, and that is the new Joker. And man, this is just really cool. I mean, like there isn't
This
a
movie's
whole
gonna be
lot to go
interesting.
off of, but like yeah, we know basically nothing about the plot, but I just gotta say this is gonna be really cool, judging from the pictures and the footage we've seen. I'm liking the
Yeah.
Joker. I'm curious what role, if any, well, no, not if any, he has to. Batman will have in this movie. Not necessarily
No,
like an
I
appear.
don't
Not
think they've
even.
said
I don't.
Batman's gonna
No,
play much of a
no,
role.
but I don't mean appearance-wise. I mean in terms
Yeah.
of like just integral to his story. You know what I mean?
Well, we know this is his origin story movie. And that's what I find interesting because in one of the footage that was released from behind the scenes was him like getting off the subway with like a bunch of goons and stuff, which also had a map full of Easter eggs. But which I find interesting because that'll show that like before the end of the movie, I'm gonna assume probably by the halfway point of the movie, he'll have his goons with him and everything already. Like he will be very much established. I think his origin isn't going to take up that much of the movie. Like I think it'll be like this is his rise to being like a crime boss, but I don't think it'll be like he fell in a vat of acid. Now he's here. I don't think that's going to be like an hour long part of the movie.
I'm
I think it's
curious
going to be
if like though what role Batman will have in his actual origin, just because
yeah,
every version
that
of
might be his
Joker,
only
like
appearance.
that is what matters. Like that's literally the entire reason Joker is that he's the same and opposite of Batman. So like I'm very yeah, I don't know. Like will Batman just show up at the beginning for his origin, then this is him basically rising to power after that
Yeah,
happening? I don't know. But the other thing to note is that this is very clearly more inspired by the Heath Ledger Dark Knight Joker than Jared Leto's Suicide Squad Joker. Which I gotta
Batman's just going to
be
show up and
honest,
murder a man.
I don't like hate Suicide Squad's Joker, Jared Leto Joker, as much as everyone else does. But like,
I didn't even bother seeing the movie.
I mean, he's not that bad. It's just confusing.
I mean, I look at it like this. They went from having him play a big name like Joker to having him play Morbius in a Morbius movie. No one wants a Morbius movie. No one's gonna see a Morbius movie. Though I probably will because I'm me. But like,
Yeah, I don't like
he,
Morbius, but I will see the
who
Morbius
likes
movie.
Morbius? And I
Yeah.
say that like rhetorically because I don't think I've ever met anyone who goes, yeah, I like Morbius on his own. Like,
Yeah. I don't even like him with Spider-Man.
yeah, he's
Like
like
he's just literally
he's just kind of boring.
but we're not here to talk about Jared Leto. We're here to talk about man, this I what do you think of the makeup itself?
I wasn't into it at first, but then when I saw like it more in motion and like in those other screen caps with him like smiling and grinning and taking off the like face mask and like walking around in the subway, like I was like, it actually looks a lot better in motion on set than the test footage.
Yeah, like it's super ugly, but totally intentionally. Like I
Well,
like it. At
because
first it like bothered me. I was like, I don't like it, but then I was like, but it's very fitting. It
you can't see the
works.
rest of his outfit. That's the problem. In the test footage, he's not in his Joker outfit as far as I can tell, and you can't see like the rest of everything. But when you see it like in full everything, like with the green hair and the
Yeah,
suit and stuff, it looks a lot better. Like
it
it
definitely
just
does. The
it was
full
just a
outfit
tonal
makes
problem
it.
in the test footage, I think. Like I think the test footage had a tonal issue where he was in a normal outfit but with the makeup. But it was just I mean that test footage was only for the makeup. That's why.
Uh-huh.
So
But yeah, I'm getting actually somewhat. Initially, when this was announced, I was just like, "Why?"
Everyone
And
was.
now that we're seeing it, it's like, okay. I feel like I'm
Yeah.
gonna go the Solo route on this. Where like Solo, when it was announced, I was just like, "Why? I do not need Han Solo on his own. I didn't even like
And then
Han
you're
Solo
like,
that much
this
beforehand."
movie's all
And
right.
then I was like, "Wow, this actually looks like it could be decent." And then the movie was actually, in my opinion, the movie is decent. Like it's not.
I enjoy Solo.
Yeah,
Who's gonna be the
it's
Darth Maul of Joker though? Who's gonna show up and just be like, "Oh my God"?
I
It's
feel
gonna be
like that's what
Batman.
I was gonna say. It's gonna be Batman. Like I feel like that, but who's gonna be Batman? That's my big question. In all honesty, surrounding Batman is not like what's he
Ben
gonna do anything.
Affleck really doesn't want to do it.
It seems that way, but then it also seemed like Henry Cavill's done as Superman. But then Henry Cavill himself was like, no, I'm not."
Yeah, no, that's because they blew it out of proportion. He just didn't want to like show up in Shazam or something, or like
Yeah, like they
the
were
negotiations
negotiating
went
for
bad.
yeah, they were negotiating for him to show up in Shazam, and then like they aren't so far, and then everyone's like, "He's not Superman anymore," and both his agents and
No,
him were
that's not what
like,
that means.
no, I'm still Superman." Like,
I don't think Henry Cavill will ever quit being Superman because he just loves that role so much.
and he's literally born for it, in my opinion. I think he's the best take on Superman that I like. But again, I don't like Superman, so there's that. I realize it is a controversial opinion.
I didn't like Superman at first either, but then I read like a couple different stories about him that have been written in more recent years. And by recent years, I mean in the last decade. And I was like, you know what? I like Superman now. Like All-Star Superman, and I think it's Superman Year One. No, not Year One. Whatever the one that I think it was Jeff Johns wrote, or like Secret Origins or something. I don't know what it was, but whatever that book is was really good as well. I'm very
Yeah,
bad with keeping track of
there's
all the
some,
names.
in all honesty, my favorite Superman stories are like, stories with Superman are Dark Knight Returns, and then Death of Superman. Me- Which is kind of funny
The,
because Superman
the new
isn't
movie
really.
that just came out.
Wait, what?
The storyline or the new movie that just came out?
The storyline,
I got you.
The Dark Knight Returns, and then yeah, Death of Superman, the actual original storyline too. But
Yeah,
like,
that.
I like stories where Superman is not the main character, or he's not, or like it's not about him. Like or I like it when he dies.
Oh my god.
Basically, I guess. Ooh, also, I did not know that DC Multiverse figures were out for the Aquaman movie. That Black
I didn't
Manta,
know that either.
that Black Manta is amazing. But anyways, back on topic. Last question about Joker before we move on to Marvel. Do we think Harley Quinn is going to appear in this movie?
I hope not.
It doesn't have to be the same Harley Quinn, since this is pretty much established to be a
No,
separate
I'm just saying
universe.
I hope not. Like I don't want her in this movie. Like just as a character, I don't want her in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like she
I
would take away from the Joker too much.
I would like an end credit scene, or like a name drop, maybe, of literally just like
Or if the movie
what's her name?
like
Harleen Quinzel.
Harleen Quinzel.
Yeah,
Yeah, if
Harleen
like in the
Quinzel.
movie like he goes to Arkham and he's like, "Oh, this is your doctor, Harleen Quinzel."
Yeah,
Like
something like that. Like it's not like I don't want Harley Quinn to play a big role in this movie. But in all honesty, I have faith in what we've seen so far. So if they decide to go certain directions, I'm willing to at least give them a shot.
yeah.
Anyways, moving on to Marvel stuff. There was
Since
plenty
that's what
of
we're here for
yeah.
today, pretty much.
Yeah. Since there was plenty of Captain Marvel stuff, first we're going to talk about the Marvel Legends, just to get those out of the way. Then we'll talk trailer
Yeah.
a bit. Uh,
So yeah, this is gonna be. I just want to say first off the bat though, with the Captain Marvel figure, I know a couple of us were discussing this on Twitter the other day. Even when it's her line of figures, she doesn't have elbow articulation.
I mean, she has elbow articulation. She doesn't have double jointed. What? Yeah, she doesn't have
She
double
doesn't
jointed
have the
elbows.
double jointed, and I'm like that is a fair point that someone made on Twitter. The female figures for Marvel Legends do not have as much articulation as the male figures, which kind of sucks.
They've
Especially
been
when
fixing that lately, but they still haven't done double jointed elbows, I don't think. That's the only thing. Otherwise, they've been pretty good.
yeah.
And they've been getting the elbows to the point where they bend more than 90 degrees. So they think that since the female arms are usually thinner, that it breaks up the sculpt more. So they don't like to do that. That's why the team does that.
Maybe.
But no, not maybe. The team has literally said that.
Oh, it is. Oh, I
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah.
But
So
I'm just like with Captain Marvel, it's like you could have added something more to her, I feel. But
I
that's
mean,
just
she has other accessories that we haven't seen yet. But in terms of
that's true.
articulation, I mean, we don't have the figure yet, but yeah, I don't know how far those elbows bend, but you know,
It
there's
looks more than 90 because the sleeves are up slightly if you look over
no,
the
I
joint.
know. They have a way of making it look like it's not usually full 90. Like it won't be much more than 90, but they will be at least
Yeah.
90 for sure. Uh, yeah, I'm definitely curious what accessories she's gonna come with because it says
Well, I
additional
already know what
head
the
and
additional
then
head is going to be.
do you? Because there's been a lot of people
It's
saying it's either the helmet or it could be her powered up phase, basically like
I'm pretty
Phoenix.
sure it's probably going to be the Mohawk.
I
It,
highly doubt
I
that.
You don't think it's going to be the Mohawk
I
helmet?
don't think she's gonna have the Mohawk. I mean, I don't think she's gonna use the Mohawk helmet as much as she's gonna be powered up, like basically Phoenix style. I think it's gonna be
You
Phoenix
mean
style.
binary?
Yeah, no, I know. I'm saying Phoenix style, as in like they've done that
Ah,
with
yeah, I
Marvel
got you.
Legends, where it's like free of
Maybe,
plastic and
yeah, you
everything.
know what? You could be right
I'm
because the
thinking
additional
I
hands.
would prefer, yeah, because I'm thinking the additional hands will also be like that energy. I would prefer the helmet head, like I would
Yeah, I
love
would
that.
too.
But I'm guessing, if I had to guess right now, that is what my guess is because that would make sense with the additional hands as well. And then who's the next guy?
Well, I have a quick question before we move on. Have we ever had a Captain Marvel or Miss Marvel legend?
Not
Or is this the first one?
movie, but yeah, we've had comic ones.
I I guess I'm just forgetting.
Yep, she had several alternate
So many
heads as
come
well.
out, but
Yeah, she had several.
um,
It's been a while, but there have been.
the
Yeah.
yeah, the next one is Marvel, and
Is that
God,
Marvel? I've heard rumors that's a
that's
different.
supposed to
That's
be
a different. I've
Marvel.
heard rumors that that isn't Marvel though for this movie. That it's actually a villain who. What's his name?
No, that is definitely supposed to be Marvel. That's a Kree soldier. That's supposed to be That's yeah, that's definitely supposed to be Marvel. It's even listed on here as Marvel in the article.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, I don't like how he looks. I don't like. I
I
don't
mean,
like that
in
he's
all
just.
fairness, that's the movie design. So like that's on the movie design,
Yeah,
not necessarily the toy. I like the toy. I'm okay with it. I like how he looks.
I think some of the green looks weird, but other because there are multiple shades of green in there, and like some of them
Yeah.
don't look the best. But overall, I mean, it's a decently made figure. I can see that. I'm trying
Hmm.
to figure out like if it uses any prior molds at all, but I
Definitely
can't.
not. That's definitely an original sculpt.
Yeah, that's that.
Just
Yeah, it's got to be.
all the movie based ones always are, and these are all movie ones. We're not talking about any comic
Mm,
ones.
no, young Nick Fury is Coulson's old sculpt.
That's the exception to the rule, though.
Yeah,
That's because that's literally the suit and tie body. Like they
yeah,
use that for movie. I'm talking about like actual movie characters with
yeah. I got you.
suits and stuff. I mean, unless
But
it's like Iron Man and they're reusing Iron Man, but you know what I mean, or like War Machine. Like that's different, where it's like they reuse armor parts, but
yeah,
like overall, if
I'm
it's a new
wondering.
MCU character, they do a new mold usually.
I'm wondering, is Marvel really only gonna come with the gun? Like that seems just. I don't know.
Apparently, I don't know what all he's gonna do in the movie, so maybe I would assume we see him use powers. I don't know, so that's interesting. But you know who
Yeah,
does have more accessories? Nick Fury, but one of them is
yeah,
not listed as a head because, like, for Captain Marvel, it specifically says additional head and additional hands. His says two additional accessories, not like a head. Because I would, if I
I
had to
think one's
guess,
gonna be a gun.
yeah, one is definitely at least one is a gun. But I would have guessed like, oh, one is a gun and then one is a head where he gets his eye taken out.
Yeah,
But if it's not a head, then I feel like it's the pager.
yeah, that could be it too.
That's my
I'm
guess.
gonna get this to put with my Coulson figure
I'm
for sure.
surprised they aren't doing a young Coulson because I feel like the
Well, we
very
don't
easy
know.
figure to do.
This is only 4 of the 6 figures of the line.
Well, of this wave, but we already know at least they don't put more than 4 MCU characters per wave. But usually
That's
when a
true.
movie comes out, they will do 1 or 2, 2 or 3 sometimes, depending on the movie, waves. And like the other waves, the first wave always has the most movie characters, but then there
Yeah,
might be 1 or 2 in the others. So it's possible we could get a Phil Coulson. You know, also they tend to do 2-packs for movie characters now, so it's very, very possible we could get a 2-pack with. You know, honestly, I would love it if they did like Ronan and I don't know, like Coulson. Like I want characters that are in this movie that we aren't seeing yet. I'm excited for Ronan, but
yeah, because he might actually be a character this time.
yeah, that's why I'm excited for Ronan. It's like, oh my god, they're bringing him back and he can actually like be something. Like this is cool.
Yeah,
Uh, but last but not least, we have the
the
scroll,
scroll.
which is
I
this.
don't like these scrolls.
I'm okay with them. I don't love them, but I don't hate them.
It's the head. The head just looks because they they got rid of the purple headpieces and instead made it part of their skin, so it just looks really weird.
I'm curious if this is Ben Mendelsohn's Skrull, like the leader of the Skrulls in particular, or if this is just a generic Skrull. I don't know. Because I know Ben Mendelsohn is playing the leader of the
God, what
Skrulls.
are you, Skrullcist?
So I don't know. I'm like kind of curious. Also, I'm very curious where his articulation is in his torso, because they never release figures without torso articulation. The way I'm seeing it is that his like entire
I think his body armor comes off.
Yeah, like I'm guessing that clothing will come off and he has articulation.
It looks
underneath.
like it.
Yeah, because you can see that like the piece separates on the leftish side. So
unless it's just two separate pieces, so it can articulate.
Yeah, it might be. I don't know, but either way, I'm certain there is articulation underneath that at least. So.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna skip out on a lot of this wave, though. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of it doesn't interest me. I'll probably grab like Fury and Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
But I'd say that's probably about it.
I like the Build-A-Figure, but that doesn't have to do with the movie, so we're not going to talk about the Kree Sentry. So I might try to get that, but I'm only going to get half the way, probably, because that's just how I do Marvel Legends. I split waves with people. I may get these 4 as the characters, just because, like, you know, to put on my MCU shelf. I just like building up the MCU shelf, but...
Yeah, I gotcha.
But anyways, now that we've talked about the toys, let's talk about the movie / the trailer.
Yes.
Wait. I think I have it out of order. It says
you
next
do.
thing,
The trailer should be next.
Yeah, let's just talk about the trailer next. We'll talk about the other thing after that.
It was underwhelming.
Agreed. And everyone seems to be like, if you don't like this trailer, like you hate that there's a female superhero movie. No.
If you don't like Captain Marvel, you hate women.
I was gonna say, first off, I actually just have never liked Captain Marvel that much.
I don't think most people have until recently.
Don't get me wrong. I'm excited that they are doing a movie for her and everything. Like, I think that is a good decision. But like, this trailer didn't excite me that much. I think the movie will be good, and that I will like the movie. I'm just putting that out there.
I mean,
it's a Marvel movie.
MCU movies are at worst decent most of the time. Like even Age of Ultron, which is probably Iron Man 3 is considered one of the worst. I'd say Iron Man 2 is a lot worse, but like even those movies, like they aren't terrible. Like they aren't the worst things ever. They're like decent.
Yeah, they're just not great. But this movie, I am certain, especially with how much pressure's on them, they're going to make it good. I'm just very curious to see how this works into Infinity War / Avengers 4, you know what I mean?
I haven't seen a lot with Captain Marvel. The most I've really dealt with her was in Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes when she was in that. And that's about it. And that's when she was under the Miss Marvel name as well. So, like, I'm not very familiar. I know a lot of the controversy around the stuff they've done with her character in the comics in recent years with her, like, putting Iron Man in a coma and stuff. But, like, that's about it.
Civil War 2, I didn't like her before. I didn't hate her, but I didn't like her. I now dislike her in the comics because of Civil War 2. Civil War 2 was just kind of bad.
It vilified the hell out of her. Like, they tried to stick a rocket up her ass and send her up, but like she ended up just exploding on launch. Like she went nowhere.
It was very bad. Civil War 2 as a whole was just very not good because it was like we're making an issue out of something that clearly would never be an issue because Civil War, it's like, oh no, that actually like there is some controversy to it. No one would be on Captain Marvel's side in Civil War 2.
Oh yeah, I don't think anyone was.
Exactly.
But then there's like the fact that like I really don't know a lot about Brie Larson. Has she won any awards? She has, right? Yeah. She's received an Academy Award, a BAFTA Award, and a Golden Globe. Yeah. But I've only seen her in Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Apparently she was in 21 Jump Street.
Wait,
I don't remember seeing her in that. But
Scott Pilgrim vs. the World.
She was the girl from that band that Scott dated.
She's the one in the band? Really? I did not know that.
Yeah, Clash at Demon Head. She's the lead singer in Clash at Demon Head. Or whatever it's called. Yeah, that's her.
No, it's Sex Bomb.
What? No.
Oh, wait, you mean the other... Oh, never mind. Okay,
yes.
I know what you're talking about.
Yes, not Sex Bomb. Clash at Demon Head. The one with the silver-haired girl, right?
Yeah,
I can't remember her name for some reason. And she dates, like, the vegan dude or whatever.
Envy Adams.
That's what it is, Envy Adams. Yeah, no, she played Envy. And, like, her voice is a lot deeper in that too. I was surprised how high pitched her voice was in this when I heard it. I was like, whoa, okay.
Huh. I did not realize that was her. So I have seen something with her in it. Everyone, okay, the smiling controversy is so stupid. Look,
I don't understand it.
this is literally a superhero. I love how she fired back, actually. I thought that was really funny. How, like, because everyone was photoshopping her in the trailer smiling. So she posted a bunch of pictures of all the MCU movies with the main characters just smiling really weirdly on the posters. I thought it
Yeah,
was really funny. And look, she's like, she's going through some tough crap in this movie. And, like, of course, she will smile in the movie at some point. Like, I don't understand. Like,
doesn't she smile in the trailer when she's as like her pilot or whatever, as the pilot or whatever, when she's walking?
I don't know, maybe, but still, the point is,
I
like,
don't know. It doesn't matter.
like, yeah, it does not matter. It's literally a movie trailer, and it's a superhero movie. Like, of course, she's not going to be smiling the entire movie. Like, I don't know what you want, guys. Like,
What is it? I just think it's like that trailer though was just funny. Like I think some of the best stuff that came out of that though was the people making jokes about her punching that grandma in the face.
okay, if
I
you
think
don't
I posted it on
understand that
Twitter,
she's punching
but-
a scroll, I'm sorry.
but-
Like, that's
But I think the funniest thing that came out of that was I don't know if you saw this. I think I posted it on Twitter. The top comments from the post of it on our Marvel Studios. It the top comment was, "See how she becomes a hero." Immediately punches a grandma in the face, and the comment below that is literally in quotes, "The hardest decisions require the strongest of wills." And I started dying when I read that. And then the comment below that was like, "There was no other way." Doctor Strange crossed out Captain Marvel. Like. It was hilarious.
Oh man,
But-
I just find it hilarious that people do not realize that that is a scroll. Like, if you're not familiar with the scrolls and everything, I understand that you don't know it's a scroll. But if you think that literally they're putting a picture, a part of the trailer is her just punching an actual old woman, I'm sorry, but like, do you really think they would do that? Like,
Well, you know what the main problem was with the trailer, though? It didn't have, like, style. It didn't have flair. Like, it just felt like any other movie, to be honest.
Yeah, I thought the trailer was very generic. But in all honesty, this is like the first teaser trailer. Like, we're going to get more trailers. So, like, I have faith. Again, I have faith the movie will be good. We'll see. But in all honesty, yeah, this trailer was underwhelming, I think. Which, in all honesty, following up Infinity War is hard, but I thought Ant-Man and the Wasp did a good job, better than this, so I'm just saying.
Yeah. It didn't have any flair or style that really caught me.
Yeah, exactly. There was nothing that I was like, ooh, I can latch on to, like, that moment, like, yes. Like, no, there was nothing that was just like...
I think one of the worst moments, though, was the blockbuster shot.
Why?
Because it's just, like... It's one of those things where, like, a movie is just kind of like, look at our nostalgia. We're in the 90s. Like,
Yeah.
I don't like it when trailers, like, immediately have things where it's like, look at this.
I
Do
think
you
it's
remember
fair
this?
Since they're trying to set the
Well, yeah,
the
but
time period, because a lot of people don't know that.
yeah, but just the pictures that they've released alone will set the time period. She's wearing like a Nine Inch Nails shirt and like
No, but like
and a leather
you
jacket and
you know
stuff.
that like a lot of people aren't following it like crazy. I don't know.
That's
I
true.
think Blockbuster, in all honesty, is the biggest indication that like this is in the past because everyone knows that Blockbuster.
What about the
no
fact that
longer
Nick
around.
Fury looks 20 years younger?
Some
like-
people might not realize that's Nick Fury. I'm talking about like super casual people. I don't know. I mean, I think that would help, but I think people would also be confused. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
We'll see
I'm
where
looking forward to the
it goes.
movie. I was not excited by the trailer, but
I don't think anyone I don't think if you were already excited for the movie, then maybe you got excited for the trailer if you know a lot about the character you were. But like or you felt like there was some political stakes in it. But if you were just like looking at this like it's another MCU movie and it's a hero that I've heard of and don't really know much about, there's nothing really to sell you on it.
yeah. So the next thing we have, MCU related, is the Russo brothers have tweeted a picture teasing everyone else. And it basically, they aren't saying it has to do with the next title, but everyone is thinking that's what it is. But the picture is just one of them sitting down and surrounded by stuff. The guess I had in terms of what if this is a movie title hint And then it kind of looks like the ladder on the right is an A, and the stuff on the left, which is not a ladder, I don't know what it is, also
Oh
looks
my
like an A.
god.
So I was like, Avengers Assemble.
You're one of those
But
people.
but no, I mean I'm not super attached to anything. I don't care that much, to be honest. Oh, although also the ladder kind of looks like an A, and then on the right there's junk that kind of looks like an E, so it could be Avengers Endgame, which is what I've kind of thought the trailer would be.
I
I mean,
gotcha.
what I thought the name would be. I've been saying I think it's going to be Endgame, but. Avengers Assemble, I think, would be a nice title, but I tweeted as a joke in response to this, which it got a whole lot of love, was AA. So either Avengers Assemble, or it's a hint that Avengers 4 is actually about Tony Stark going to AA and realizing that all of this was just a drunken dream, and everyone was
Oh,
very fond of this. Or they were telling me, they're
Rosebud.
like, no, that's absurd, that's wrong. I'm like, yes, because I clearly meant it. Um, but yeah, but then plenty of people were pointing out it can't be Avengers Assemble because that was the name of the first movie in England. That's where I would say you're wrong.
Was it?
I don't
Hmm.
think it because there was already a thing called the Avengers apparently that was somewhat popular like
Oh
over
yeah,
there.
no, yeah.
So I I disagree. I still think because the worldwide title was not Avengers Assemble, and you know what? If it's bringing the end of an era, they can name it that. Like they can do it
We'll
if they
see.
want to. I don't think they're going to. But like people are saying that is impossible. You are quite wrong. It is not impossible. I understand why there would be some barriers to it, maybe, but it's like nah. They can.
What if they just call it Avengers 4?
I would kind of love that. That'd be hilarious. They should tweet that out like whenever right the day before they actually release the actual name, like as a joke. They're just like, and the title is Avengers 4. The internet would just go not. The internet would break. It'd be funny.
I mean, not all movies need a subtitle or anything. So
Yeah, this one does though.
that's more of a recent times thing, I'd say, with
It's
movies
the
having.
reason why is because they don't want it to just be something 1, 2, 3. Because they want to keep making more, but they know that it's absurd once you get past like 5. It's just like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Like
Avengers
you
17.
can't just keep numbering them. That's why they give the alternate titles so they can wean themselves off of it. But still,
Yeah.
yeah. The next thing we have is ABC sets commitment with Marvel series about female superheroes. I don't know what to talk about with this other than
Wait, what do
it's
you
a
mean
thing.
the female superheroes thing? I thought there was the. Let me see this. With Marvel series about female, ABC is given a production superpowers from the project's being ran.
It's from the Wonder Woman writer Alan Heinberg, and they're working on a deal. It's just in terms of Marvel, we have some things that we are in discussions with them about
Okay.
right now that are in development, and they're very excited about it. So like that's cool. There's just not much to talk about, you know.
Well, I'm trying to think of like some female heroes I want to see. I'd rather save the female hero I'm talking about for the next thing we talk about. I mean, I guess I could mention her here as well, but She-Hulk. God damn it. Why have they not done anything with She-Hulk? She-Hulk is such a great
In
character
the
that they could use.
MCU,
Just in general, like.
you know why? Because the rights are weird with Hulk, which would make them weird with She-Hulk.
I guess that's true. But like the thing with She-Hulk is like when they said the thing about She-Hulk is I'd rather have her than Captain Marvel, to be honest.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like She-Hulk more, but Captain Marvel is way more relevant and necessary.
Yeah, no,
for the
I'm just saying
upcoming
I think
stuff.
She-Hulk's a better character.
Oh no, I totally agree. She's a better character, but she's not a better fit for what's going on right now.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah,
agree with you.
I totally agree with what you're saying. So like, I would think She-Hulk would be interesting. I'm struggling to think of anyone else.
I guess Squirrel Girl, like they constantly push her.
Squirrel Girl would be a good one.
I mean, it's lesser known Marvel female characters, so I'm like, a lot of the superheroes that
Spider-
are female that are used are kind of like decently known,
I'd be
like
cool
among
with
the
Spider-Man.
fandom. But
I'd be cool.
yeah,
with
I think they
Spider-Man or
changed her name to
female
what? Like
Spider-Man.
anytime she shows up in a movie now, she's called like Ghost Spider. Like that's her name in like everything now,
I
aside
swear
from
that
her
was
own
just
book.
the brand new show. That's the only time I've seen that. Everything else,
I
is
thought
like,
she's
just called Spider Woman in her universe and everything. But then, like for
is
that
she
brand new
not
show,
Ghost Spider in Spider Verse?
I don't think so. As far as I know, that is just happened because of the show and everything.
Okay, I thought that was like a thing they were doing now, like
I-
outside of her comic.
Yeah, I don't know, but I would be interested in her. I don't know.
I've always kind of like that name took a while to grow on me, but I kind of like it. Ghost Spider, like it's a nice name, but it just doesn't fit her character. That's
Yeah.
the only problem with it. Like it makes no
It
sense.
fits her
to call
design,
that.
but it does not fit her character. I totally agree.
Oh, not at all. But they could do her.
Shuri.
Like I said, they could do Squirrel Girl. They could do Shuri. They could do Kamala Khan.
Yeah.
People probably won't be happy with it, but they could do Riri Williams.
I would like that, but
That would be a chance to kind of fix her character.
I think Kamala Khan is the most likely. In all honesty,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
Miss
think
Marvel.
so too.
I think she's most
Well,
likely.
they added what is it in the dictionary, like the official like Webster dictionary and stuff. Like I think it was a couple months ago, they added the word embiggen to the dictionary. Like that is a thing that is now in the dictionary. The word embiggen, which is her thing, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
So, but like the reason that this confuses me a little with them doing this is the cartoon that's coming out currently that is basically an all-female cast except for like I think one dude. Like, so I'm kind of like, are they going to use those characters or like
I don't know,
are they
I'm
just trying to use
assuming
characters that aren't in it?
This will be live action, so
Yeah, because it's ABC.
yeah, so different target audience, but I don't know. So
Maybe they'll bring Quake into it. I don't know.
I'm
like
very curious to see just what this is. I just wanted to put it in there because I know a lot of people have been getting excited about it, and like you know what, yeah, new Marvel stuff that's cool, but like I just want to see what / who it is, you know?
Yeah, and it's like superpowers, so it's like, does that mean certain characters can't be in it, like Black Cat or Silver Sable?
Yeah.
Like, what does that mean? I mean, I've noticed, at least with me, maybe it's because I just know a lot more about that universe, but I can tell you a lot more DC female heroes than Marvel female heroes, and I think that's because DC just pushes theirs a lot more.
I would agree. I think DC pushes theirs much more. In all honesty,
'Cause
they have way more.
If you look at their lineup, yeah, if you look at their lineup, I would say more female characters have books over at DC than at Marvel. And like a lot of the thing is with Marvel, the female characters are more just in books with other people. Like I think like Miss Marvel and Captain Marvel are like the only ones with their own book right now for female characters. Whereas like with DC for a while, you had Starfire, Batwoman, Batgirl, 2 Batgirl series actually. Harley Quinn's still going. Like you had all these female series going at once, and Marvel's just kind of like, we have Miss Marvel and Captain Marvel with their own series. It's like, but you have all these other characters you could do stuff with that you're bringing back into the universe. Yeah, but we have Miss Marvel and Captain Marvel with the series. And then I guess they gave Riri Williams the series, but I don't think she has a series anymore. Isn't she just on a team now?
I don't know. I know Spider.
And then
Woman
America
had a book for
doesn't
a
have
while,
a book
but not
anymore.
recently.
Yeah. But like America doesn't have her book anymore. She's just on a team now. Gwenpool's book is done. Like literally all the books that got canceled are now the West Coast Avengers.
Gwenpool would also be a cool one to do. But
Gwenpool would be a cool one.
you know what female superhero we did not mention for this is, leading into the next item, Scarlet Witch. Because
True. I don't think they use her on the TV show.
well, they're using her on this TV show. Her
yeah, but
own
this is part of the MCU.
No, I know. It was a segue. Way to ruin it. But yeah, Disney and Marvel Studios have said, according to Variety, that they're going to do a run of TV limited series that will feature fan favorite Marvel Cinematic Universe characters. They have yet to get standalone movies for their upcoming streaming service, and so far they've
Another streaming service.
They have named Loki and Scarlet Witch. No, Disney's. I'm telling you, Disney is going to crush their streaming service because they have Star Wars and Marvel, right? Oh wait,
Yeah, DC Universe is pretty good from what I've used it so far. I'm just gonna say that.
it has not sold me on it yet, but when Young Justice Season 3 comes out, it probably will.
Hey, Eric, I will just say they remastered Static Shock and Teen Titans into HD. They didn't say anything about it, but if you play those series on your TV or on your phone, they are very much in HD now. They remastered a ton of the cartoons. So, but that's for another time. With this,
Loki and Scarlet Witch, and they're being portrayed by Tom Hiddleston and Elizabeth Olsen. So,
which kind of surprised me, but totally didn't.
it's kind of shocking to see like them go from massive movies to I'm doing TV shows. But when you think about it, Disney has all the monies. These people do not care if they're in a movie or they're on TV if they get enough money. So
it says each series should be around 6 to 8 episodes and will not feature any characters that have already had standalone movies. Now, I don't know if that means that they won't get their own series. Like, I know that means they won't get their own series, but does that mean they won't show up at all in these series? Or, like, because I'm kind of wondering, like, what they're going to do with this. And I haven't seen many people mention this, but this could be a way that they introduce the X-Men and the Fantastic Four into this universe without having to do it through a movie. Because
They're
if
gonna
that
do
secondary
X-Men
media is
they
already
might
there,
they might do Fantastic Four through a show, but X-Men is so big they're gonna do it through a movie. I'm
but
certain.
I don't think if they do it through a movie, it's going to be just straight up X-Men. I think it'll be like one or two characters that show up and go like, yeah, we're part of a team, or like we have a house that we all sleep in together. It's weird. Like I think that's how they're going to introduce them in. I don't think they're just going to immediately throw them in.
I think they're
it'll
gonna
be a
do
slow
the
thing.
Black Panther and Spider-Man route. They're gonna appear in other movies. They're gonna introduce
Yeah.
certain characters. Then they're gonna go off on their own and get their own movie and everything. That's how
But
I
I
think they
think-
will. But
I think it would be good to have a series for them though, like because you could have so much more character stuff done in other series, and you could have
You could do
characters that
both.
people really like as well. Yeah, you could do both. I think they should do both because you can't really make a standalone X-Men movie because it's a team, so
no,
it's not
you
a
can.
standalone movie.
I mean, well, not a standalone movie, but you can do X-Men characters and then have an
Well,
X-Men
yeah,
movie.
but
It was like,
you get what I mean though. You
No.
get what I mean.
yeah. But
What character would you want to see though? Like, if you had to choose a couple characters, who would you want to see have their own series that puts them in the MCU?
I would love
If they even do characters that haven't already
Well,
been
as
there.
of right now, I don't think they're not doing new characters. They're doing characters that are already in the MCU.
Okay,
have
so
not
who
had
would you want to see that's in the MCU have
Korg.
a series? Korg would be good. I kind of like. I'm not gonna lie. I'd like to see a Coulson series. Like that's not Agents of
I
Shield.
was
like,
gonna
just
say, watch
Coulson.
Agents
Just-
of Shield.
No, I've seen it, but like I mean, like just Coulson on his own because like we got like those little shorts that came out in between the movies of like him doing stuff on his own, and those were always great. Like he was never on his own in Agents of Shield. I think if they just did a series where it's like every episode is like Coulson on some mission, that would be great.
I think he could.
But-
I think Nick Fury could. Like, just pointing out characters I think could get them, not necessarily who I want to. Nick
Yeah.
Fury, Coulson are solid bets.
I think a Hawkeye one would be really good.
I think that would be amazing. Black Widow is getting her own movie. I'm trying to think of like backup. I would love a War Machine. That's my wish. I want a War Machine
would be
one.
great.
Um,
They've already kind of made like the duo of War Machine and Falcon, which just feels like
That could totally be a
first
TV
sight.
show.
it could work. Yeah.
I mean,
Um,
yeah, it's a little weird, but
Because like those characters have like nothing in common beyond well like
Shuri.
both military, but like
I mean, they're
they
both flying.
never really
They're
interact
both
with them.
military flying dudes in mech stuff. I mean, very
Yeah.
different mech stuff, but they.
But
do
it's like one of
similar
those
stuff.
things where it's like we never see them interact, and then it's just kind of like look at the two black guys hanging out, and I'm like, okay, but what is their friendship based on beyond that? Because
I
we
mean,
see no character
They never
interactions
act
between
like
them.
they're. I mean, what do you? How are they such strong friends though? The
Well,
only thing is War Machine's
exactly.
looking for him after
That's-
they're down.
No. In like Age of or not Age of Ultron, in Avengers 3 and stuff, like they're super friendly and like having this
They
banter
don't
back
even
and forth.
interact.
Yes, they
Literally,
do.
Barely.
No, every time they're on screen, they're the ones interacting with each other. They
No,
literally
they
like
aren't.
interact.
War
with-
Machine literally does two things. He shows up, and then he literally just messes with whatchamacallit, with Hulk in the trailer.
No,
Like,
they were making jokes back and forth to each other during stuff, and then they're looking for each other at the end. I'm like, why? What is the point? Like,
he's just looking for soldiers. That's not. Nah, I think
I
you're
took it
overdoing
as
I
them
think,
being
I,
friends.
nah, it's not. I get what you're saying, but like, no, that was definitely not. They aren't as super friendly as you think. Like, especially because they've implied.
I just thought they were too friendly. That's my thing. It's like they were like,
But
hey,
they
look at
aren't.
these.
They barely have
look at it.
interaction because they're both characters that don't matter in that movie. As much as
Yeah.
I love War Machine, but they literally just do not matter. War Machine
They
is probably
don't.
my favorite character in the MCU, and he just literally does not matter. It's in that movie.
Yeah,
And neither does Falcon. Neither does.
so
in
many
all honesty,
characters don't matter in that
Captain
movie.
America doesn't even matter in that movie.
No, you know who mattered the least though in that movie? You know who really did the least? Bucky. Bucky was the most useless
Oh, I
character in that movie. He showed up for like 10 minutes and was dead.
I know, and they made like a point to be like, oh, we're bringing him back into the field. Like, oh, he doesn't want to, but he's got to fight. And then it's just like, oh,
He
yeah.
doesn't do anything except like throw a Rocket Raccoon at a dog or something.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, what am I trying to? Shuri could get one. Who else?
I think it's funny. He was like a main villain for a movie, but now he's just like a background character.
Yeah, I mean, he's just emotional connection to Steve, and Steve didn't have anything important for this movie, so like, you know.
Yeah, even the secondary Black Panther characters got more time than him.
Did they? I don't know about that because he at least appeared multiple
Yes.
times.
No, his Shuri definitely got more time than him, and his main guard got more time than him.
Okoye, I don't. No, they didn't get more time. They may have
Or
been.
they at least got more
done
lines, at least.
Yeah, I think they may have gotten more lines, but they did not have more time.
Which
For
most
sure.
likely, yeah. They had about the same time, but I...
Oh, you know who else could get a show? Vision.
Vision would be... No, I would want a Vision and Scarlet Witch show. I don't want Vision on his own. Like, unless they're doing the storyline where he has a family, but that would make no sense because he's with Scarlet Witch. I would love a Vision and Scarlet Witch, though. That would be great.
Really? Because I was thinking the Scarlet Witches would be like a prequel, and it would have Quicksilver.
Ugh, no. No.
No, see,
I like
that's,
Scarlet...
That's where you're wrong. Is because they could redeem the past version of the character.
Redeems... They would redeem... What is it? They would redeem Quicksilver, and then he'd still die.
Well, yeah, but it would still make you like him more. It's like
Unless...
how Clone Wars makes the prequels better. It's like the prequels are still not great, but like if you watch the Clone Wars, you're at least a little more invested in it. You know what I mean? It makes it.
No, I would argue that that show makes the prequel movies worse.
Not really. It doesn't. I know what you're saying, but it doesn't.
But
I know your argument though. I understand what you're saying.
I mean, imagine though they're like, we're giving Quicksilver series, and then we're all like, why? And then it's like he comes back in Avengers 4 because they turned back time. Like, I guess if they were gonna bring back the character, that'd be the way to do it.
They easily could.
They could. I mean, we know they're doing a time like hopping situation.
You say they're gonna do it with Loki.
Yeah. Yeah, Loki's definitely coming back.
I'm very
interested. Unless this series takes place beforehand, but I don't think it will.
Lady Sif.
Lady Sif would be good.
That would actually.
Or if they just did Lady Sif and the Warriors 3, like that would be cool.
But the Warriors 3 are dead.
So's Loki.
Well, yeah, but
and Scarlet Witch.
Loki has a reason to come back. Those characters have a reason to come back. Warriors 3, they literally killed off, like, just cuz.
Thor needs some friends, okay?
He has the Guardians of the Galaxy now!
God, I don't want him as part of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
I don't want him... I mean, I think he'd be okay as part of them, but I would like him to be buddies with them, but, you know, he shouldn't be in their movies. Like, he should still have his own movies.
Imagine that, like, Thor 4, he's just, like, hanging out on some planet, and, like, Quill walks up, he's like, oh, it's that guy!
What's up?
What's up, man, who tries to impersonate me? Do you think any of the Guardians
of the Galaxy could get their own show?
I think Gamora would make a good show.
I feel like if they were going to do one, it would be a Rocket and Groot show.
That would be cool. You know what they should do? Because we don't know if Guardians 3 is happening anymore. They should just do an Adam Warlock series. They should. That is how they should bring Adam Warlock in. They just don't know
when it's happening.
But they should just do an Adam Warlock series. Just do Warlock and the Infinity Watch as a series and have Gamora be a part of it and introduce Pip, I guess. I don't know.
Never going to happen.
Do you think, though, that they'll make... Do you think, though, that they'll make the team Warlock and the Infinity Watch and have Gamora be a part of it?
I doubt it.
Maybe Nebula would be a part of it. Maybe they'd change Nebula.
I don't think Adam Warlock's going to be that important. I think he's going to be He's not. I don't think so.
I don't know why they're introducing him after the Infinity stuff. Like, that reduces Adam Warlock to nothing. Like, the main point of Adam Warlock is to be there to make sure no one gets the Infinity Stones, and you're introducing him after they've been used. Like, it becomes kind of moot.
They're changing his character. They're gonna make him a Guardian of the Galaxy. He is going to be their enemy, and then he's going to join the Guardians of the Galaxy. Betting on it now.
Guys, what's going on? I know I tried to kill you, but hey.
But yeah, I don't know. I think that this is exciting, and in all honesty, while this excites me for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I think it will be very good. It excites me more for other franchises, namely Star Wars, because this is something new.
Give me a Boba Fett series.
Boba Fett's getting his own movie. I am certain of that still. It's happening.
We're still waiting on an Obi-Wan movie.
I don't want an Obi-Wan movie. I think that is pointless. Literally, it is the most pointless thing ever. Everyone's like, well, Maul can be in it. Maul cannot. Maul cannot be in the Obi-Wan movie.
Oh, you do it where... You could take part of the comic book storyline where he fights that Black Wookiee. I can't remember his name. His name literally has black in it. And he works with Dr. Aphra. That's not me being racist. Like, he actually is just black fur.
Obi-Wan?
Yeah, he fights him, like, temporarily. He fights him for, like, a few pages, I think, in his book. That's what I've heard. I haven't read, like, the main Star Wars.
I don't think that Wookiee interacts with Obi-Wan. I'm pretty sure
Someone told me they do.
I don't know, but still, there's literally no point to an Obi-Wan movie. I mean,
What
they
if it
could
is a
win me
Darth
over like
Vader
a Solo. They could win me over with a Solo, but like they did with Solo. But I'm talking about characters that actually deserve a series.
The trailer just starts with "Hello there."
I think an Obi-Wan series would be better than an Obi-Wan movie. But
With him just hanging out on Tatooine, like, I'm an old guy.
But I'm definitely
the love of my life died.
We're going to talk about this in the next Mandalore Mandate for sure, because I think they are setting up a Maul/Kira show.
People thought they might do a trilogy of movies involving that. Involving Maul.
They're not doing a trilogy about Maul.
They won't. I mean, hey, this is on topic
I think
because, hey, the comics...
he's going to pop up more. That's why he appeared in Solo, was so he can pop up more, but I don't think...
orgasmed in the theater when I saw that. I was like, oh, God!
I was so happy that he had the right voice actor.
Yeah, and they had the music and everything. They had Duel of Fates. It was like, oh my God. But we'll see what they do with the MC. This is also a way they could introduce She-Hulk if they wanted to. I mean, my thing is, like, we have so many streaming services and so many channels with so many shows at this point and so many of them aren't part of the universe, they've said. Like, they're in the universe, but they'll never interact. Like, the Netflix series will never interact with the movies.
Yeah.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. will never interact with the movies. Like, that is, like... Honestly, I think that is terrible world building. I think that is terrible universe building, and honestly, in a way, terrible marketing.
It makes sense. Nah, it makes sense for the Netflix series with Marvel. That makes sense. Those characters should not interact with. It would be shoehorning. I mean, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. relies on the movies. I don't really like the concept of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. to begin with. I don't really like the show, but these shows are. I agree. These are world building. These are cool. I am very excited for these. Yeah,
they better affect the movies in some way. Like, I hope they.
They have the characters from the movies, so like,
they do something where it's like they take one line that was said in a movie, like something with Star Wars, and just make a whole story out of it. Like, hey, remember that time we did the Kessel Run? Let's make a movie out of that. Like, maybe it'll be something like that, where it's like, remember that time Loki turned into a snake, and that's like a whole episode.
See, but I am curious about what you mentioned is like, because I just assumed Captain America and all of them. Oh, Winter Soldier would be another cool one. That would be a really good one, actually. Now I don't think about it.
The last episode is him murdering Tony's parents.
Oh man, that could be really, really good. But it's saying that the series will not be about Captain America, Thor, Iron Man, but can they appear in them? Well, one, I'm just gonna point it out there. I am 99% sure Robert Downey Jr. will not appear in any of them. They can't afford him. They can't afford him for a cameo in a TV show. Like, they cannot. Chris Evans and Chris Hemsworth. It's like, I would love it, but I honestly I don't know. I'm still shocked that they got these people to play their characters on the show. So maybe they could get them, but I don't know. Plus, it all depends about Avengers 4. We have to wait and see about that. So
yeah.
But you know what I'm super, super excited about and hope ties into Marvel more? The Venom movie.
Oh my God. People are still like, Tom Hiddleston could show up. I'm like, I guess we'll see.
Wait. Tom...
Or not Tom Hiddleston, Tom Holland.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was like, wait, what?
There are too many Toms.
No, there's too many
many Toms and too many Chris's. No, it's both.
Yeah.
It's both.
Well, there's more Chris's than Toms. There's only 2 Toms, isn't there?
Yeah.
There's 2 Benedicts, Benedict Wong, Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah.
But do you think, so let's end the show on this. Do you think Spider-Man will appear / be mentioned in Venom?
I think that Venom is going to be a train wreck, and I got an IMAX ticket for it using my AMC A-list, so it's going to be a train wreck in HD. But I don't think Spider-Man is going to show up or even be talked about. I
think he'll be mentioned. I don't think he'll show up, but I think he'll be name dropped, or at least clearly he will be hinted at. I know that for sure. Not necessarily like, oh, he's going to show up, but they will at least mention a web slinging hero or something. I'm sure of it. And I don't think Venom's going to be a wreck. I think it's interesting that you think it is. I do not think it will be.
I think I think it might end up being to make a joke here, a turd in the wind. Uh,
Nah,
I I think that's mainly going to be because, and just based off of what we've seen in the trailers, I think it's going to be basically because of Tom Hardy's performance. I don't think he's like he's not a bad actor, but like
Nope, you're
just from the
wrong.
trailers,
He's gonna nail it. You're
you know
totally
what?
wrong.
If I
I'm
am wrong,
confident.
Eric, I will tell you I was wrong, or I won't. I'll just refuse to, like I always do.
I'm confident that you are gonna be wrong about that. I'm pretty sure Tom Hardy's gonna nail
Well,
this.
you know what? They're also making a Morbius movie, so they're not making the best of decisions.
I wouldn't say that until you see the Morbius movie. As much as I am not excited, if they turn it into something good, you know what? That's okay. But
You
I think
can't make Morbius good. That's not how this
Nope,
works.
I totally disagree. They've turned characters that suck into good characters. So, in my opinion,
Alright.
the ones that I don't like, they've made me.
I'm gonna go rewatch Spider-Man through Spider-Man 3 later.
See,
I have the day off
this
tomorrow.
is
That's what
why
I should
you
do.
suck. No, I'm kidding. No, but
What?
I think that in all honesty, Sony wants in on the MCU, and I think that this is their main like.
Yeah,
If
like,
you
give us
make it,
money.
if you make it with this, then it's possible they could get in. If they blow this, they're not. Like
They're like, give us
Spider-Man.
money.
You know what I mean? So I think
Give
Venom is
us
a lot.
money.
I think Venom is very important, and I like to think they've learned from Homecoming and such. Like, so I think that they can do a good job with this, and that this can go well. And I know that they have at least talked to the higher ups at Marvel about this movie. So like, it isn't necessarily like I feel like we won't know until it comes out for sure whether it ties in the MCU. But I feel like they may have gone to extra lengths to make sure that like while it doesn't have any super direct ties, that it doesn't contradict the MCU, so they can put it in later. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, we'll see.
I don't know. Either way, I just gotta say I've wanted a Venom movie for so long, and I'm so excited, and I actually think it's gonna be good. So, yeah. That's about.
Well, actually, one thing before we go though,
Okay.
since we are on the topic of Spider-Man, did you play the game,
No, I don't have a PlayStation 4.
Eric? Eric, it made me cry. Okay,
I want it so
I
bad.
give that game a 9.5 out of 10.
I can't believe you didn't give it a 10.
There were some. It's simply because of like, more just because I'm trying to platinum the game, and it's really like grindy to do that, and that's about it. Also, the fact that it's like, if you don't do things a certain way, it'll be really hard to unlock some stuff. So I'm just like, it's simply because of that. It's more like grinding and unlocking stuff that makes me give it a 9.5 out of 10. But overall, it is an amazing game. Yuri Lowenthal killed it as Peter, and I was crying at the ending.
Are there
So-
any Venom Easter eggs or hints throughout the movie? I mean, throughout the game? Any reference to the symbiote?
Possibly. We're not totally sure.
Okay.
But there
Okay.
are references to other characters like Mysterio, Black Cat shows up a little bit. Like
I will
other
accept
characters are in
this.
there.
I will
But the
accept
stuff
this.
with Venom is it's very unsure because there is an end credit scene that may or may not involve Venom. No one's really sure though what the end credit scene meant.
Huh.
It's like a really big spoiler, so I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah,
But like,
no, definitely.
no one's really sure. Like, it looked like something involving a symbiote, but we're not sure because it was kind of obscured.
Uh-huh.
So,
Interesting.
but it was really good. So, I can't think of anything else we really need to talk about at the moment. I know that. I will say, though, since we don't really talk about the comics much on here, I will say I just started getting into the newer runs because I was out of comics for so many months. I read part of issue 1 of the new Avengers run that's going on right now. It's pretty decent. Like, I mean, the first issue, I think the guy at my comic shop said is in its 7th print. Like, it's going into it, so, I mean, that speaks for it. And then, so...
I think we can actually talk about comics a whole bunch next episode.
Yeah.
Because that will be in between Venom, and I feel like there shouldn't be much major news that drops in between now and Venom. Like, Venom is the next
There
big...
shouldn't be, but
Venom
we'll
is
see.
Venom is the next big Marvel thing. So if something else happens that's a little like they work out their timing on purpose. So I'm pretty sure we'll have a dead week next week to talk about comics a whole bunch, but we'll see.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And hopefully I can drop $100 to get that Ben Reilly omnibus.
Because Ben Reilly is the greatest, and that will also be discussed next episode
Yes, it will be.
fervently by both me and you. and hopefully
Yes.
someone else to go against our opinion, because that is
both
I
love
was going
Ben
to say
Reilly.
that's something that we both very much agree on. So, but yeah,
I mean, I like the new Scarlet Spider series, but it ruined Ben Reilly in a way. But that's for the next episode.
yeah. But anyways, social media. Where can people find you on the interwebs, my good sir?
You can find me on Twitter at Maroyasha, MaroYasha, and at my YouTube channel, Maro Media, Maro Media, where I just did a video talking about why piracy is a necessary evil.
That's interesting.
Yes.
You can find me at Eric Crowbar on Twitter, at Aramis Prime on Instagram, or go subscribe to Eric Crownover on YouTube for mainly Transformers stuff.
Yeah, you
Um,
just started a channel, didn't you?
I did. So definitely
Yeah.
go check that out if you like Transformers. I'll discuss other things every once in a while, but Transformers is probably the main thing that you'd want to go there for. And then to listen to this and all of our other podcasts, follow at Nerdy Geek Talk on Twitter, but also subscribe to us on either YouTube at Nerdy Geek Talk or any podcast listening place. Apple Podcast, iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, Podbean, all that good stuff.
I don't think we're just not on Spotify, I think.
Yeah, I think that's about it. So
Because you have to pay for Spotify.
you sort of have to pay for other play. It's complicated. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know about Spotify though, actually. But yeah, we're basically everywhere that most people listen
Yeah.
to podcasts. So other than that, I think that's about it. So
This has been the return of Awesome Asylum.
it has. Hopefully, it's a
This is
permanent
our-
return. See you guys.
Hopefully.